Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Did you see that hockey goal from the Russian Hockey League? We're going to come right in front of the table and we're going to recreate.
We're going to recreate the moment. Rolls around. You do it. Go, let's go!
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio. We're at FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you get through the day best you can. And I hope you're ready for high-stakes NBA basketball because we got it tonight in Salt Lake City. Grizz Jazz, 8:30 tip. Who wants it more? Who wants it less? Who wants it more? Who wants it less? We find out tonight at 8:30, Big Bet Bennett.
I'm ready.
I'll take a fine. Well, are you willing to take a fine?
I don't think that's necessary.
I'll take a fine tonight. I'll take a fine tonight. If it's necessary, I'll take a fine tonight. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. The next segment, Jessica Benson's going to join me. She, of course, is the host of the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, weekdays, 8 a.m., Grind City Media. She's going to pop in here. She's going to sit in that chair, and I'll ask her a bunch of questions about stuff. Jessica Benson will be here in about, let's call it 15 minutes. When I finish talking to her, take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, as expected, Brad Crest Sr., Fred Smith Jr., has committed to Penny Hardaway's Tigers. Nice addition to the program. We'll celebrate the development. We'll do it in about 40 minutes. Meantime, Michigan also added a player on Thursday, the reigning national champion and preseason #1 in the CBS Sports Top 25 and 1, secured a commitment from Tennessee transfer J.P. Estrella. Rich get richer. Discuss that a little later on in the show. Illinois has announced that Keaton Wagner's name will hang inside State Farm Arena, even though he only played 1 season at the school. Should Memphis do the same with, I don't know, Derrick Rose? I'll ask Bennett in the 3rd segment. Bennett sent me a crazy story this morning about a chimpanzee war in Uganda.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Why are chimpanzees at war?
I don't know. Well, I've done some digging, and I guess I've got an idea.
Okay, well,
but
hey.
I'll try to explain it.
Hey, I'm going to give you every opportunity to explain this chimpanzee war in Uganda. We're going to do that in just a bit. And the second round of the Masters is underway. I will calmly and without mascots tell you what's going on in Augusta during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carryout, and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a whole bunch of stuff to get to, but I did want to start with your Memphis Grizzlies because game 81 of a scheduled 82, it will be played tonight in Salt Lake City. We're almost there. Jazz Grizz, Delta Center, downtown SLC. It's a big one at tankathon.com. Right now, Utah is 21-59, tied for 4th in terms of lottery odds. Right now, the Grizz are 25-55, tied for 6th in terms of lottery odds. In a year when the best freshman class in history is available via the 2026 NBA Draft, a win tonight in downtown Taylor Frankie Paul, it ain't good for nobody other than maybe Sacramento or Dallas. And neither Sacramento nor Dallas are playing tonight in downtown Taylor Frankie Paul. So you tell me, Big Bet Bennett, who wins tonight? The Jazz, who clearly don't want to win, or the Grizz, who clearly don't want to win?
I mean, the Grizzlies have 13 players on their injury report right now, so I mean they're going to be up against it. That's for sure. I saw Cedric Howard's not going to play tonight. Gigi's not going to play tonight.
They need to rest.
They need to rest.
They need to rest.
They need to rest.
It's been a hard week for them.
They need to rest up for the regular season finale on Sunday.
Got to be ready for the regular season finale.
Yes.
You saw Steph rest last night.
That's very true. In a big game. People were mad about that.
As they should have been.
Yeah, they should have been.
Yeah, that's wrong.
It's just...
That's Jessica's husband's favorite team. Wrong.
It's just when that had potential to be a pretty premier matchup.
There were some people last night. This is a real thing.
Yep.
There are some people who last night said, hey, we don't have season tickets. We don't go to many of these things. But this is perhaps the last time we will ever see Stephen Curry and LeBron James on a court together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Yep.
And then they just pull Steph.
Yeah, I get it. Like, he's a guy that's coming back from injury. Like, you're getting ready for the playoffs. I understand all of that. I think, it's one of those things where, as a league, you gotta understand that moment. I think that's one of those where. But how would you know if you're the NBA? That's one of those where it's like, if you're the league, you're like, hey, let's make sure Steph's playing on Thursday night.
Listen, you cannot, even as a league, I think, tell an organization what to do, particularly what to do with a player coming off of injury. All right? Mm-hmm. Particularly a player of his age coming off of injury. I actually think it's wrong for the league to think they can tell you what to do with your employee that you have hundreds of millions of dollars invested in.
Understood.
All right? But if you're the organization, I do think you owe it to your fans at the very least, and broadly speaking to the league, to if you know what you're going to do with him, you need to say that. Not in
advance. Not
a few hours before tip-off.
A day before, at least.
At least.
Yes.
Maybe even when you're bringing him back, you even say things like, now listen, going into that final weekend of the regular season, right, we've got that Thursday night game against the Lakers. And then we've got another game, I think it's Sacramento. Mm-hmm. And here's the truth. Steph's just not going to play in both of those games. And we are probably going to sit him down in that first one to play him in the next one, just in the spirit of transparency. Yeah. I would appreciate that. I think that's the least you should be able to do. That's not even tipping your hand as much as it's
I don't think so either.
It's like, it's just...
It's a big matchup that people paid a lot of money for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that different than, it's a little different because LeBron was still there and it was a road game for the Lakers. And so you had the time where a lot of people had bought tickets to see LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love. Mm-hmm. And I think they didn't even travel to the game. And it was just like, that's not, people, these are Christmas presents for some people.
Yes.
Like going to see LeBron James and Steph Curry is like a bucket list type of thing. Like I would not go to this game, but I am because of that. And then to have it ripped away. I understand why it was ripped away, but to do it when they did it, the timing left a little to be desired.
Well, that doesn't apply to tonight.
Utah's a 3.5-point favorite.
Are they?
Yeah.
Who are they rolling out, by the way? Do we have any idea? Like, I really don't know who the Jazz are rolling out there lately.
Let's see who they've been rolling out.
I'm going to do my game prep after this game.
Okay, well, let me
and I'll
help
be
you
ready
here.
to break it all down for you.
Let me help you here.
after this
Oh, you're going to
show.
see Kyle Filipowski, perhaps. Good to see Kyle Filipowski.
How's his rebounding numbers looking this year? Because
Kyle
might be
Filipowski.
able to get those up tonight.
He's 6'11", 250 pounds. He's averaging 11.4 points, 7.2 rebounds after possibly being groomed by an older woman.
Okay.
I mean, I'd Google it, see.
I've seen it.
Oh, good. Oh, buddy. Guess who played 43 minutes for the Jazz in the last game?
Who?
Our old buddy Kennedy Chandler.
Oh, he had a big game. He had a big game the other night.
I mean,
Didn't he score 30?
He scored 31.
Yeah.
43 minutes.
Revenge game. Revenge game.
Kennedy Chandler, come get your get back.
They're going to sit him. Yeah, they're gonna
Come get your get. Kennedy Chandler, come get your get back.
Oh, dude, they got some star. Oscar Tshiebwe, they got like some real college
That's a
basketball
former National
names.
Player
Yeah.
of the Year, Oscar Tshiebwe. That's a former National Player of the Year. John Conchar. You don't think Conchar? You don't think John?
Jitty's playing too.
You don't think John Conchar gonna try to give you 12
Jitty had
points?
a triple-double the other night. Oh, yeah, man.
John Conchar, you owe us. And by owe us, I mean 19 points, 11 rebounds. That's what you need to give us tonight.
So we have multiple revenge games on tap tonight. Now, we got Walter Clayton Jr., so that goes both ways.
It cuts both ways.
Yeah.
This cuts both ways.
Yeah.
Okay, I got an idea. Walter Clayton Jr., you need to rest.
Well, no, dude, we have to field a team.
Who says?
I think the league. Like, I don't know what happens.
Show me the bylaw.
You'll
have to show me the bylaw.
I think there is
Bennett,
one.
what happens if we just don't show up tonight?
Like, we have to have the bodies.
You keep saying that. But prove it to me. What happens if we just don't show up?
I don't think we've been in that situation any time in the past couple years.
What happens if we just forget what time the game is? You could do it. I've done that.
I would assume
I've
something
done that.
would happen.
Kid got baseball practice, and you're like, oh, damn, I forgot what time it was. I thought it was 6. Started at 5. Damn. You could do it. Let's just not show up.
Yeah, I mean,
Take all the mystery out of it. Just don't show up tonight.
I just don't think that's going to work. I mean, Sacramento just got investigated for fouling when they had a lead.
And it turns out the league investigated and said, no, your coach
they're
is
just dumb.
Your coach is just an idiot.
I
Imagine.
feel so bad for Kings fans.
There is nothing funnier than the Sacramento franchise being investigated, and then the conclusion being, guys, we looked into it. They're just
a mistake there.
They're
Yeah.
just stupid.
They don't deserve that.
Hey, NBA, have you wrapped up your investigation into Sacramento yet? Yeah, we did. So what'd you find out? They're just dumb. They're just the dumbest MFers working today. That's a rough investigation.
That's
You'd
rough.
almost be like, nah, man, call me a cheater. I would rather be called a smart cheater than a dumb rule minder.
Yeah, I'm careful.
I would rather be a smart cheater than a dumb rule follower. If I were the Kings, I'd be like, NBA, go investigate a little bit more. Can you at least call me a dumb cheater?
Yeah.
Call me a smart cheater. Right now, you're calling me a dumb rule follower. That I was actually trying to follow the rules. Yeah. I'm just so dumb it looked like I wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
That's tough.
It is tough. We talked about this yesterday. Like, it's a weird spot for both teams, frankly. But the problem is the Jazz. Listen, they've done well this season for themselves. They have set themselves up properly because they are all the way at the bottom of the West, tied with Sacramento. So you don't want to leapfrog them.
I mean, this could get real funny.
I think there's a chance.
I mean, this might be one you want to.
This could be one for the books.
This could be hilarious.
Yeah.
You pour your drink and be like, what if I told you there was a basketball game nobody wanted to win?
Mm-hmm.
That is really what we're playing. It's not even like when you hear about tanking, it's like, oh, man, a third of the league's tanking, and now the Nuggets are playing the Grizzlies, or the Nuggets are playing the Kings, or the Nuggets are playing the Pacers, and one team wants to win and the other team doesn't. So, like, this is one where, like, both teams have the exact same goal, to score fewer points than the other one tonight. Anything other than that is detrimental to your franchise. It just is. Anything other than that hurts your franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Well, it's not even a guess. It's true. It's true. Anything other than a loss tonight damages your franchise. At least the possibilities. It lowers the likelihood that you get what you want.
I mean, but it is the Jazz final home game. So, like, you want to give your fans something to be happy about.
You want to give your fans something to be happy about. Those Utah fans, you know they've gone through it.
Right.
They lost Taylor Frankie.
No, I think she's still there.
I know, but they lost the Bachelorette. And I think she might have found Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see that?
I did see that. That actually could be an issue for her, but...
Why?
Well, I mean...
But I think that's what you're supposed to do. I think whenever you're going through it, you're supposed to find Jesus.
Didn't she leave the church?
I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah, one of them left the church. It might not have been her.
I think Taylor Frankie.
It was it Taylor Frankie?
I think she was like, maybe
I'm out of here.
I think she might need to be done with it.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're supposed to do. I think you're supposed to find God. I think go to jail, find God.
Okay.
Get kicked off the Bachelorette. It's time to find God. Isn't that what everybody does?
I think she left the church, though. I thought that's what I saw.
No, I think she was leaving one church for another church.
Oh, gotcha.
But I admit up front, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you need to do your research.
I think you need to
You're
do.
speaking out of turn here. Leave Taylor Frankie alone. All right, let me handle that.
Okay. I think she announced something over the past few days.
I know she did.
Okay. And I think it was I think it was a classic case of one of those things where I was like, I am interested in this woman on some level, but there's no way I'm reading all those words she just typed into that graphic.
I'm just...
So I think I looked at it and I was like, that's a lot of words.
Yeah.
I'm not reading all those words from her.
I'm just glad
You better be Shakespeare before you start asking me to read all them words.
I'm just glad you turned her were able to fit her into a Grizz Jazz discussion today.
I'm just saying the Jazz lost the Bachelorette. They had her. They lost her.
There's no denying that.
Because she won't stop hitting men.
Well, it was like 3 years ago.
3 weeks ago. She's violent.
I'm not so sure.
You're not so sure she's violent?
Well, okay, she was on that video. Yes.
It sounds like you're justifying abusive behavior.
I think her ex-husband or boyfriend or whatever.
I never seen him hit her, but I seen her hit him a lot.
Okay. No comment.
I
just think he's a little problematic. He's getting away with a lot here, okay? He's getting away with a lot here.
You got it out for this guy.
I don't like him.
You don't like this fella?
Yeah, I don't like him. I watched the show. I don't like him, all right? It's that simple.
He got hit repeatedly.
Yeah, well, he might have deserved it.
He might have deserved it.
Yeah.
So there is a scenario where people deserve to be physically assaulted by their partner. That's what you're suggesting.
Maybe in this specific instance.
Okay. Okay. Let's ask Jessica Benson what she thinks.
Let's ask her.
Let's ask Jessica
I bet
Benson.
she'll agree with me.
Let's ask Jessica Benson how she feels about domestic violence. That's up next. Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Talk
Walk me through what you've been going through since draft night.
Just a lot of figuring out of things coming off the bench over there in Utah, just trying to find a role over there, and then here in the whole year. Things are going to be different after the deadline. Rookies don't get traded, so we'll see how it is after that. Rookies do get traded, in case anybody was wondering.
You weren't even worried going into the trade deadline, were you?
I mean, not at all. I'm going to be honest with you.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Parrish Show presented by Ortho South. We're inside the Built Ford Tough studio, and on Fridays in the second segment, I'm joined by Jessica Benson, host of the Jessica Benson Show, CJ Hurt. Weekdays 8, Grind City Media. Hey, Jessica Benson.
Hey, Gary. We haven't been in a studio together in so long.
It's good to be in a studio with you again.
Wow, it's a joy.
How have you been?
Oh, just dandy. How about you?
I've been all right.
Okay, that's good.
Bennett was justifying domestic violence earlier. You got any opinions on that?
I'm pretty anti. I think it's a pretty easy stance. I'm pretty anti domestic violence.
Well, then you might need to take this up with Bennett. Bennett says there are times when physical abuse against your partner is justified. I thought he was joking, but then he looked right at me with that same look.
Real?
No, I just said that he was talking specifically about Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and Dakota, and I said maybe he deserved it.
And I said,
I think sometimes there is co-sponsored cases of domestic violence where like one person ends up looking like they were the aggressor, but you don't always know the full story, and oftentimes like both parties. You can have two aggressors in a domestic violence
100%.
coupledom for sure.
Sure.
But sometimes, like not to get too personal, like someone in my life had a situation where they became aggressive in defense from being in a violent relationship.
Got all that? Understand?
Yeah.
The point Bennett made was
sometimes it's okay.
I said, Bennett, I watched all the videos. I ain't never seen him hit her, but I seen her hit him a bunch. And he said, you okay?
Yeah, just took a dip.
Whoa. So it's like you went on an elevator ride all of a sudden. And Bennett said, well, maybe he deserved it. And I said, am I hearing you right, Bennett? You think sometimes people deserve to be beat on in their relationship? And he said, maybe. And I said, that's interesting. I'll ask Jessica.
That is not how.
I think it's
not how that conversation happened at all.
And again, it's not good from either side. Let's be crystal clear.
I'm trying to get Bennett. I'm trying to get Bennett to be crystal clear. He just won't.
And I think it's pretty easy most times, crystal clear. I'm anti-domestic violence. Feels like an easy, in a world where there's like a lot of ambiguity in some of this stuff nowadays, feels pretty easy to say, you want to know what I really don't like? Domestic violence.
You know what?
Hate it, actually.
Well, you and Bennett will just have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Bennett, you and JB will just have to agree to disagree.
But now with Bennett's voice, the next time my husband makes me mad,
You'll be able to say, Bennett said you deserve
Bennett Doyle told me that sometimes.
Bennett said you deserve this. Boom! Your favorite team set Steph Curry last night for no good reason. Pow! Bennett said you deserve it.
Bennett said you deserved it.
Hey, I looked it up in the break. Taylor Frankie, she has left the Mormon church.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
Doesn't mean she doesn't love Jesus.
Well, I'm taking this information in for the first time.
Yeah.
And as somebody who is really outside of that world, like I don't follow Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
I didn't either until she started hitting everybody. But once she started hitting everybody, I was like, I got to find out what's going on.
Once she was the Bachelorette and that whole thing like took off in the way that it did, I was interested in her. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bennett, because I know you're a little bit more fluent in this world.
I thought so too.
These are all people who are practicing Mormons. However, they have veered outside. Like, I'm not sure how recognized they are within the Mormon church. Like, I don't think that the Mormon church views them as a
Spokesperson.
That's a good way to put it. As a spokesperson for the church, I will say I grew up in a really heavy Mormon community, and so I had a lot of Mormon friends. I've been to Mormon church. When my best friend growing up was Mormon, and so I follow a lot of people on Instagram.
Any of them couple swap?
No, not that I know of. And I will say that they were excited. Some of the ones that I saw were excited for Taylor Frankie Paul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, finally.
TFP.
I call her Taylor Paul Frankie or Frankie Taylor Paul way too often.
It's tough.
Or Paul Frank gets in my head sometimes.
Yeah. Well, don't do it to her face because you know what comes next.
They were excited. They were excited to see her on The Bachelorette because there were a lot of Utahns, which I inferred as there were a lot of Mormon contestants who were going to be on that series of The Bachelorette, and so they were very well known within the community. It was oh, I'm excited to see these people I know, and then I got curious. I was like, is this a very small community where everybody knows everybody kind of a deal? But now we'll never know because that season of The Bachelorette is lost and forgotten forever. Anyway, for her to leave the Mormon church, I feel like she was already 1 foot out. But you can be something called a Jack Mormon, which means you're a Mormon, but you don't follow all the rules.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I think they all drink sodas.
I was going to say there's layers of that.
I think I'm a Jack human.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm a human, but I don't follow all the rules.
I'm a Jack Lutheran. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I went to church on Easter Sunday.
How was that?
It was actually lovely.
Okay,
it was a very nice service.
Tell me if this counts.
Yeah.
Tell me if this counts.
And listen, by going to church, I'm really stretching. We went to Chris's hippy dippy.
I bet I can stretch it even
on
more.
Zoom.
I bet I can stretch it even more. So on Sunday we had a television show.
Okay.
In Indianapolis.
Okay.
And our set is outside Lucas Oil Stadium. And then we have a green room inside the convention center.
Okay.
And then we have catering for the entire crew.
Okay.
And that was set up inside a downtown church.
Yeah, no, you did not go to church.
And so I sat down next to Brent Stover.
Nope. And if you made a joke about it, you went the opposite of church.
I said, look at me in church on Easter. I said, look at Stove, I'm in church on Easter.
Yeah.
I feel
Did you feel the presence?
I felt the presence.
Okay.
Of
who am I to
macaroni
judge?
and cheese. I felt the presence of macaroni and cheese.
Okay. Who am I to judge?
This is true. You ready for this? This is true. I could pass a lie detector test.
Yeah.
You ready? Hand on the Bible. This is true. Yeah, on Sunday, Easter.
My stomach growled.
Was that you? I thought it was me.
No, my stomach just growled so loud.
Are you hungry?
I'm starving.
Can I get you something?
I'm okay. I'll get something when we're done. Go walk the dogs. Get some lunch.
I could Uber eat you something.
I'm okay. Thank you, though.
Okay. So, hand on the Bible. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, Easter Sunday, I was in church. Fact.
God.
Fact. I was in church on Easter Sunday.
Nice.
I ate. I had a plate of food and got out of there.
Maybe you should have stayed and listened to what was being said.
Maybe you need to stay.
Wow.
Yeah, listen to what was said. I'm the one who knows Matthew 28:7
you're the one
right now.
over here veering off the right path. So.
Oh really?
Wow.
Really? I learned Matthew 28:7 on the way to school this morning. Bennett, what were you doing? Probably listening to devil's music.
Actually, probably.
Probably listening to the devil's music.
It's not the devil's music.
And I was learning Matthew 28:7.
What is the devil's music these days?
Slayer.
Oh.
I wasn't listening to Slayer.
Hey,
this
does
morning.
the devil still make music? What is the devil's music right now? Probably Playboy Cardi.
The people would say Lady Gaga.
What would the people say?
Demonic,
What would the people we make fun of? What would they say is the devil's music?
I know.
The people we group text about and make fun of.
Oh my gosh. No, I actually know the answer to this because it just got brought up in a conversation. What is his name? Sam Smith.
That heavy guy.
Sam Smith.
He got a little heavy. He's a little heavy.
Sam Smith.
I think he dressed up as the devil in his music video.
Yeah, I think he
literally dressed up as the devil.
He did Unholy, and that went off the rails.
Yeah, I think he is the devil.
No, he's not.
No.
But those people
I saw it
think
on the
that
internet.
he's the devil.
I know. I saw it on Facebook.
I watched the Manosphere documentary. Did you watch the Manosphere documentary?
I don't know what that's about.
The Manosphere documentary is about these influencers who are deep in the red-pilled manosphere. Men are being aggrieved, women are taking their jobs and taking their power, and the men must reclaim their territory. It's a really
at 8 a.m.
unfortunate
at 8 a.m. the men need to reclaim their territory at 8 a.m.
It's a crazy documentary, and the documentarian does a really good job of becoming comfortable with them. This is what makes good documentarians good, is when they can trick someone into opening up based on a level of security.
Sure.
And then he'll just hit him.
Is the greatest
and then
example.
he'll just hit him with a, but that's not true.
Right.
Or That's crazy. And one of them was one of the guys was talking about how Hollywood is part of this like trying to demasculate men angle, and he gave the example of Sam Smith and devil worshiping, and I was like, oh, they really think that. So that's your wraparound.
Isn't it possible Sam Smith's just kind of like a little weird?
I think he's just an artist. I mean, like Lady Gaga. You can call it weird, or you can call it
you want to call it, but like it's probably not as big as you make it out to be.
I mean, we used to do this with Madonna,
right.
And by we, I mean I wasn't born during these times. But like, I grew up learning about Madonna and Like a Prayer, and how she pissed off the entire Catholic Church.
Oh, and like they used to protest outside the Mid-South Coliseum because the Beatles were here.
Sure, yeah.
We've done this forever.
Yes, and always.
It is a forever thing in American popular music.
Yeah.
Old white people think the devil is responsible for some stuff that the devil probably has nothing to do with.
Changing the children's minds.
Yes, been doing it for 100 years.
Uh-huh.
The devil is responsible for this new artist.
Yeah.
What if it is, though?
What if it is?
See?
What if the joke's on us?
What do you think about that, Bennett? You got any opinions on that?
I was looking through like about what I've.
Okay, Bennett.
I was looking through like what I listened to. One of the first songs that popped up that I listened to yesterday is literally titled "Hell."
See?
So that's
maybe I was in church on Easter,
no.
and I learned Matthew 28:7 this morning on the way to school. Meantime, you're listening to Hell, and you're preaching to me. You're preaching to me.
I'm sorry.
Interesting.
I apologize to everyone out there.
Yeah, Bennett, you need to get in your scripture a little bit. It sounds
maybe
like
I should. Maybe I should.
It sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got a big game tonight, Jess.
It's huge. I'm having people over.
I'm actually like fired up.
Thank you. Finally, somebody who is on the right side of history.
I want to watch this.
I'm having people over. We're watching it as a group. I've sent out like a group text.
It's funny.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
In a season where it's been hard to care at times, to be frank, like all of these games have melted together. If you asked me to like pick a favorite memory, Lang and I did this exercise on my show this morning of like the last 2 months, it's kind of hard. Like the London game happened and then things took a tumble. And like, sure, you can say that the win over the Nuggets was fun, but if you're someone like me who just overthinks everything,
I have no positive memory.
That win over the Nuggets is the difference where now you're tied with the Mavs, and if you don't beat the Nuggets, then you have an advantage over the Mavs. But this game means something.
Like right now, I can't think of anything. When you said, what's the positive memory of the past 2 months?
Of the past 2 months, yeah.
Like I can't personally think of anything.
Well, Bennett and I are there for just about every.
Okay, it was a loss, but the Celtics game was actually good.
Yep.
Because Tatum and Brown played, and it was a close game all the way to the end.
And that was like the perfect recipe for these days. Yeah. I totally agree. And you were kind of a little nervous. Like, are they really going to
win this game?
The Nuggets and the Celtics in a row? And then they didn't, and all was fine. But like, didn't Tyler Burton have a stupid amount of threes in that game? Like, that was fun.
Yeah,
good for Tyler Burton.
True.
You can take whatever you want from this season, but he'll always be able to say he hit X amount of threes against the Boston Celtics.
And he will say that for the rest of his life.
Yes.
Five threes. Yeah.
And he'll say that for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
That is true.
No one
that
could
in
stop
these
him.
seasons, there are these moments that some of these people will talk about for the rest of their lives.
When I am kind of like in the dumps or just frustrated, I guess is the appropriate word, and we're all frustrated. So like, I'm very grateful. You always do a good job of saying this. The fact that I get to go and watch basketball for my job is like the greatest gift in the world. And I never forget that. But when you find yourself like, ooh, this game is a bit of a stinker tonight, down the stretch I would be like, hey, that guy's like living his dream right now. Right. And that's pretty cool. Right. Like Adama Ball, and he struggled in his first game here until he like finally hit a three late in the game. And I thought to myself, what a fun moment for him to hit like a critical three in a game that ended up swinging it. How about, Tyler Burton, someone who's been with the hustle, and someone I was with in summer league.
You won't remember him in 20 years. I mean, you might, but most people won't. But like that jersey will hang on a wall somewhere framed in his home.
You can't take away from the fact that he got to play a significant amount of games for a team that needed, a handful of 10-day guys to make it through the rest of the season.
Right. So that's good for all them, but it ain't that much fun for us.
Yeah, but I think this game tonight is actually kind of fun.
Funny.
Sure, but I find fun and humor. I laugh my way through pain.
I'm going to laugh tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to laugh tonight.
And like, what if they win? Oh. Then you won't be laughing. But what if?
I mean, I'll probably laugh no matter what.
They lose.
The 8:30 tip, that's going to give me plenty of time to get in I'll probably be laughing no matter what.
8:30 tip is diabolical.
Yeah, I'll probably be
They could have hit us with the 7 o'clock. I think they should have flexed it on national TV. I'm not joking.
I'm not joking. They should have AJ DeBonsa sitting courtside. Like AJ
That'd
DeBonson.
be hilarious.
That's insane.
It'd be so good.
That's absolutely insane.
AJ DeBonson should be courtside.
Remember what this is for.
Yeah. And he should be, you know how sometimes you'll see a mom who's got like sons that play on different teams, and so she's got like, let's say,
half and half.
Yeah, it's got like a
There was a crazy one this week. There was a half Kings, half Warriors jersey, and it was a couple, and they both had them at the Warriors-Kings game this week.
So we need a DeBonson courtside tonight with a half Grizzlies, half Jazz shirt on.
Yeah, but then you're going to have like the Wizards out there and say, okay, we won 19 games, and this is child's play.
All right, yeah, but this is about us tonight. This is about us tonight.
This
all
is
right?
our time.
This is our time. This is our time to shine.
Yeah.
8:30 tonight is our time to shine. AJ DeBonson courtside.
Yes.
Half Grizzlies, half Jazz.
Yes.
The Jazz are a 3.5-point favorite.
Well, we sat Taylor Hendricks.
And Sed's not playing either.
And
Neither
Sed,
is
yeah,
Gigi.
Sed's out.
He needs
Yeah.
to rest, clearly.
I kind of
Well,
hate
no,
that because I think
he,
it's gonna now he's gonna be up against it for that first
He has a
team.
thumb sprain. It's hard.
Thumbs, like, dude.
You know, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, like my thumbs are good, but what
I
if they
think
weren't?
I have like
what if they
early.
weren't?
I think I have
I would need
early
to take today
onset
off.
arthritis
Yeah.
because I'm on this phone all the time, and sometimes my thumbs hurt.
Hey, I thought I was gonna have to have hip replacement surgery, but
Yeah, you told me that before you left. For that.
I know, but I consulted.
And you
with,
don't?
I consulted with my physical therapist friend Kelvin. You know what he said? Sounds like nerve issue.
That's not
that-
fun. I feel like that's not a good
Oh,
thing.
you want me to show you my exercises?
He showed me exercises. I know
Oh,
some.
good. Okay, so you can do.
Can I show you mine? Then
I got him in that same region.
Can I show you my exercise? Then you show me yours.
That sounds cute.
It's my glute.
Okay, look.
Area.
Here's how I do. This is what Kelvin told me to do. This, and then pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a good
I know
one.
That
That's a
one.
classic.
I know that one.
That's a real classic.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all talk. I'm just gonna do this for a minute. Y'all go ahead if y'all got something y'all would like.
I
to
actually
say.
I had to go back to my Achilles exercises yesterday because I'm getting some like tendonitis when I wake up in the morning, and it's really annoying if you have Achilles surgery and then the tendonitis flares with like heel pain. So I'll like step out of bed and it feels like I'm stepping on like a pile of nails.
I saw Jason Tatum play 30 minutes last night.
I know, and he inspired me, so I started doing my exercises again, and this morning it was better. So there's your proof that
Okay.
some simple PT exercises can go a long way.
Man, you ain't telling me nothing I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel better already.
Listen to doctors. Domestic violence bad.
Okay.
And listen to doctors.
All of that's good advice.
Yeah.
I think all of that is pretty
Yeah.
good advice. Jazz are a 3.5-point favorite.
That's-
Kennedy Chandler.
Revenge game.
It needs
Go
to
off,
be.
my friend.
Kennedy Chandler, your hometown franchise,
Yeah.
selected you
Yeah.
and then discarded you.
He was
Oh,
right
and
here.
also gave him the most money ever for a second-round pick.
Bennett, we're trying to fire him up, okay? We're trying to fire him up. We're trying to fire up Kennedy Chandler.
He went from local 24 scholar athlete of the week at Briarcrest
I'm
High
assuming
School.
multiple weeks.
Sure.
Had to have.
Multiple time. I drove out to Eads once a week for Kennedy Chandler.
See?
And that's what he meant to this city.
And it was supposed to be
And now he's gone.
a fairy tale. Little guy in
I'm sick of
stature.
things that were meant to be a fairy tale.
Little guy in stature. Like what?
Like everything.
Like our country?
I was sold something. I was sold a vision
Oh, Jesus.
that I'm struggling to see at the moment.
Sometimes I don't see the vision.
Oh.
But, you know, maybe I'm not supposed to.
This is such a weird veer off, but I feel like we're at that
I
point.
feel like every
Just
beer
go
off so
ahead.
far
It's
has-
fine. Doesn't matter.
We're at that point. No, okay, we've been really good. Our summers get a little crazy. But like during the season, we've stayed on task.
Mostly.
Mostly. I'd give us like a 75%, and
Yeah.
C's get degrees.
I think that's mostly a byproduct of Zoom, though.
Zoom and a byproduct of like the tendency to talk about things that are happening. Because, you know, whether it be the Grizzlies or the Tigers, like there's a natural.
There you go.
But now we're at the point where, what the hell? So everybody I've talked to, not everybody, but for the sake of this argument, everybody I've talked to has been so tired this week. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because you are coming off of a really hard work time. But everyone has just been exhausted. Like I'll talk to them and they say, yeah, man, I get home from work and I sit on the couch and I like fall asleep. Or I had to go to bed at like 8 o'clock last night because I'm just so tired and I can't catch up even if I get a good night's sleep. I'm so exhausted. And Chris and I were talking about it last night. I think it's a result of everything going on in the world. I think it's like a pseudo effect that we were not meant to be tweeting through war.
Right.
And I think it just weighs on you, like everybody, even if you don't really know it, even if it's a subconscious thing. I think just the war and even the AI stories that continue to develop and the ideas for the future and things they're costing so much. And even something as simple as like the World Cup tickets being insanely expensive. I think it all has weighed on us, and we're all more tired than we know what to do with.
I'll say that. So at some point over the past few weeks, X Pro went away. Are you familiar with this? TweetDeck. It used to be TweetDeck.
Yes.
Okay, so there was Twitter, and then you could have TweetDeck, and it was free.
Yep.
And then Elon Musk took over Twitter, changed it to X, and then he created X Pro, which is just TweetDeck with a different name, and now you need to pay for it.
Yeah.
And it was like $8 a month, and I was like, oh,
fine, whatever. I need this service.
It's right here streaming at all times. All right, and I need to see what's going on in the world. And then at some point over the past 2 weeks, I just went to get on TweetDeck, and it just wasn't there. And you know what it said? You need to upgrade to X Pro, do another upgrade to like $40 a month. $40 a month?
That's insane.
It's just ridiculous, right? And like I'm fortunate. I have multiple jobs. I can afford it, right? If I want it. It's not like a deal breaker for me. I could afford that if I wanted to. Another $40 a month. But I was just like, at some point, like you just say, no, you're being ridiculous. I shouldn't have to pay $40 a month for something I got for free 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All right? Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But and so here's what I'm trying to tell you. Suddenly, I did not have every second's news in my face.
Yeah.
All day long. And I just felt
free.
Yes. I just felt like I wasn't like peeking over here and just wondering, oh, what's that about? Oh, what's that about? Just things were happening.
Yeah.
And I would hear about them whenever I heard about them. Mm-hmm. I didn't need to know them immediately. And it's
good.
Okay, now here's the kicker. I went ahead and subscribed. I've got it now. It's right here. There it is. It's everything. All right, because I went from feeling free to feeling lost.
For me, it's not even a loss. It's like my nervous system never stops.
Right.
Like the Grizzlies' home season ends on Monday, and my schedule gets significantly. It's still busy. I'm still doing a lot, but I'm not working mornings and working late night games, and it just frees up a lot of space. And I was like, okay, well, this will be good. And I was like, why am I still in fight or flight mode every second of every day at this moment? And it's just because it's all over the place. I was with a friend, it must have been last summer, and we were talking about just consumption habits of news. And she was like, me and my husband got to this point where we watch one news show at night, and we try to diversify and like move through them, and we read the paper in the morning, and that's it. And that's the only way that we get. And she said, and we were catching up on this, there's a point to this, because she said in like 6 months ago, that was a really good strategy. Right. And they felt very free of the news. And now she was like, I feel like there's this pending doom that I don't know about.
Right.
And I'm chasing that paper the next morning to figure out what I missed the day before. And it's almost, it's just inescapable to a certain degree. So
so I felt good not having it, but then that feeling went from this is nice to I suddenly felt uninformed. Yeah. Like there are things happening. It's my job to speak publicly.
Right.
And I'm not aware of as much stuff as I used to be.
That's where I get trapped, because I exist in we speak publicly, and I need to know a little bit about everything so that I don't get caught just sounding like an absolute idiot at times. Yeah.
And then like, you know, like I'm not even joking around, but like the President of the United States announced to the world he might end a civilization earlier this week.
Right.
So it's like I feel like I feel like this is a time where you should kind of be plugged in a little bit to what's going on in the world. But there was like a 5-day period where I wasn't, and I remember it fondly up until the anxiety set in, and I felt like I went from this is great to now I feel like I don't know anything, and I need to know more than I know.
And then you feel behind.
I felt behind, yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
But to the extent I'm tired, perhaps it's that. I have just sort of, I was joking with you guys earlier before the show. I was like, next week, I'm going to be refocused, recharged. I'm just really trying to get through this one. But I don't think I'm tired because of that stuff necessarily, as much as I just got back home and just hopped right back into get up every morning, take the kids to school, pick the kids up from school, go to baseball practice, go to basketball practice. Like I've just sort of picked up on all these things that I've mostly been out of for the past several months that my wife has handled in my absence.
Right.
And so I've just sort of like, I'm like, all right, you got another practice today?
Yeah.
I got to go do it 3 hours again?
Yeah.
Like I've sort of like, I'm really looking forward to this day being over and just sort of breathing a little bit, getting caught up on expense reports and stuff like that.
Yeah. I went to a movie yesterday afternoon. I went and saw The Drama Bennett, do you have any interest in seeing the drama?
I do, but I'm really scared it's going to get spoiled for me. I've almost gotten spoiled a couple times because it's got like obviously a big reveal in it. Yeah.
Is this
Zendaya, Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, I think I heard
they're getting married.
And then it turned bad.
I mean, something happens.
Something always happens.
There's a conflict.
Always a conflict.
This was an insane conflict.
Like Taylor Frankie?
Yeah, like crazier than Taylor Frankie. It's a pretty insane plot for a movie. I look forward to talking about it with you, Bennett.
I really want to see it.
I don't want to spoil. I do think the less you know about it, the better. I thought it was a fine movie. I think the discourse about the movie is more fun than the movie itself.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Okay.
I saw Project Hail Mary.
Great.
Bennett loved it.
That'll give you hope about the future.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, although it's just a sci-fi movie, but still.
Yeah, no, it was good. And like in conjunction with everything happening with Artemis 2.
Yep.
They come back tonight.
I love Artemis 2.
Looking forward to having them back.
Okay, can I... This is so bad.
You looking forward to having them back? Artemis?
Yeah, I hope so. My New York Times daily newsletter that I read every morning had a strange anecdote about how... Hold on, let me see if I can find this.
Should I care about this? I haven't...
Yes, you should.
Why should I? Tell me. Sell me on it.
The space exploration is incredible, and like the idea
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I'm just wondering... I'm just being honest. I haven't cared. Sell me on it. Make me care.
Well, it's the first time we've been to the moon in over 50 years, even though I know we didn't go on the moon, but we went further than any craft has ever gone away from Earth. And I loved that when they got back
but I don't care about that.
Okay, do you care about the fact that like they saw the expanse of the universe in a way that none of us will ever see or be able to understand.
Yeah, man.
And they came back around and they were like, we'll always choose Earth. Like, we'll still choose Earth.
We're
like,
unlocking the secrets of the universe.
Okay, Bennett, that's better. Good.
Okay. Unlocking. So here, let me now tell you what I read this morning.
Okay.
The most dangerous part of the Artemis 2 mission hasn't happened yet. The return to Earth this evening.
Yep.
The spacecraft's heat shield is flawed, and NASA knows it. During the first Artemis mission in 2022, that part suffered more damage than expected as the spacecraft plummeted through the atmosphere, and that was when they didn't have astronauts on it. NASA is using the same material on this mission, but it changed its re-entry path. The head of NASA says he is confident the changes are sufficient to keep the crew safe. Some former NASA officials, though, believe the risk is so great that the mission should have been postponed.
Oh, no.
Now I'm scared for the return of Artemis 2.
Well, give me a time on that. What time do I need to start paying attention?
I don't know.
Bennett, you got a time frame?
I don't have a time.
I don't know.
What time's first pitch?
I don't know when they're entering the Earth's atmosphere. I'm not sure.
First pitch? What time we tipping this thing off?
Is this like a pregame show for the Grizzlies Jazz, or is this more like a post-game show for the Masters action today? Like, I need to know where this falls in my schedule.
I don't think I need to see another thing blow up. I think I've seen enough stuff blow up recently.
I don't want to see anything blow up. I want to see them. They've become like my comfort astronauts. They're all very sweet. The guy whose wife died, did you hear that story?
I don't know anything about this.
Oh my God, Gary. They named a crater that they saw out there after this guy's deceased wife. So now anytime he looks up from Earth and he sees the moon, he can think that this is, that's his wife's crater. And his daughters were on the call at Mission Control when they called back and asked permission to name the crater after his wife. And everyone's crying and it's this beautiful moment. Oh, it was so sweet. And he almost gave up being an astronaut because his wife got sick with cancer. And she was like, don't you dare give this up. And his daughters were like, don't you dare give this up. And now I need him to survive coming back on Artemis 2.
If that guy goes, I can't.
Can you imagine?
I mean, yeah, I can't imagine. Like, awful stuff happens every day, but that would be bad. That would be terrible.
I find I was a little in my feelings about people like you who found no care about Artemis 2. Not because I need you to care about space exploration.
No,
I just think
I want to be clear. I'm not like one of those like it's stupid. Blah 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 blah.
No, I know,
I'm just saying I haven't been naturally interested in it in the ways that I am naturally interested in Taylor Frankie.
That's sad. That's such a sad statement.
I am much more interested in Taylor Frankie than I am this rocket ship.
Oh man, I just think it's I
wish she would fight that rocket ship.
She would fight the rocket ship, and then you would care?
Who do you think would win? Taylor Frankie in a fist fight
with a rocket ship?
Yeah,
I think it's pretty robust. So I think the rocket ship would win. I think she'd break a hand.
Take this widowed astronaut.
Okay. Where are we going here?
Put him as a contestant on a fresh version of The Bachelorette. Let him walk off into the sunset with Taylor Frankie. How do you think about that?
I don't know if that's the vibe that he's looking for.
They both need somebody. They both need companionship.
You're telling me she didn't find the love of her life on this season of The Bachelorette that we'll never see?
I mean, she might have, but odds are she beat him up.
I'm not going to force
odds
this,
are she beat him up.
Astronaut.
No, she clearly didn't.
to what?
Bennett gets really mad about it.
No, she didn't find the love of her life. We know that.
She didn't find the love of her life.
His tone every time Taylor Frankie comes up, he gets very defensive, like we're talking about his sister or something. Why are you so defensive?
I just think she's been dealt the wrong hand here.
She hits people every day, Bennett.
Not every day.
Every day I watch her hit people.
Okay.
Okay, the splashdown.
In my life, every day she hits people because I watch the video every day.
Well, the splashdown for Artemis 2, which you don't get to see a splashdown every day.
What's a splashdown?
That's when they land in the area in the Pacific Ocean. Because like when they come down from the rocket ship, they're like put in a, I don't know what it's called. I'm so
I seen Sully do Sully do a splash one in the Hudson.
That was called the Miracle in the Hudson. Thank you. Capsule is the word that I was looking for. Yeah. So their spacecraft will splash down at 5:07 Pacific time. Okay. So that means 7:07 Central time. So it's a pregame for Grizzlies Jazz.
Man, yeah. We get to watch this thing land and then watch.
And you can look
Kenny
at it
Chandler.
on space.com.
We get to watch this thing land and then Kenny Chandler going to give the Grizzlies 50 tonight.
Yes.
Kennedy Chandler?
All of these can be true.
You owe us. This was supposed to be a fairy tale.
It's going to land. Things are looking up. Are they?
What? Man, we got a big night on tap.
Things are looking up.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if it's true, but they could if the Grizzlies find themselves some way, somehow, with better draft odds than the Dallas Mavericks when we're back sitting here on Monday. It's unlikely.
Kennedy Chandler, it's up to you.
It's up to you.
You owe this franchise.
You owe the city.
A 50 burger.
Yeah, come on. Who else is on this Jazz team?
Oh, John Conchar
tonight.
John Conchar.
He owes us two. We gave him like a 7-year deal.
Hey, in fairness, Kennedy Chandler and John Conchar got a lot of money from this franchise for very little work, relatively speaking. We could all agree on that. Jess, you work harder for this franchise than Kennedy Chandler did. Would you agree with that?
I'm not saying that. That feels
inappropriate. I know Bennett does.
That feels
Bennett,
inappropriate.
Do you think you've worked harder for this franchise than John Conchar?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not
so.
John Conchar. John Conchar will randomly
dude.
John Conchar blocked Anthony Davis. I saw it on a graphic over and over again.
Well, Bennett would if you gave him a chance. He would try. Bennett would block Anthony Davis.
He's going to go down as one of those just Grizz legends.
Yeah, John Conchar is going to show up at a Grizzlies game in like 30 years, and everyone's going to be like,
we love that guy.
Ginny was one of my favorites of all time.
Okay, fine. But can we agree that if we just look back on it and we go, John Conchar, this is what you did for the franchise, and this is what you were paid while you were doing this, what you were doing for the franchise. Can we all agree is a pretty good deal for John Conchar?
John Conchar played 38 minutes for the Jazz in their loss to the Pelicans the other night.
Yeah, I'm not appreciative of
Kennedy
this
Chandler
slander.
played 43.
What is the slander? You guys act like facts or slander. It's just did John Conchar did John Conchar?
He's a winner.
Did John Conchar have a pretty good deal with the Grizzlies?
He is a winner.
All right. Yeah. I have a question.
Bro, would you look at when is he a winner?
I'm talking about like a couple years
Ain't
ago.
nobody a winner
He
around
was here for
What
7
are you
years.
He has a holiday.
Who's a winner?
In
Name
Fort
one
Wayne.
winner.
He was the all-time leading scorer at Purdue Fort Wayne when he graduated.
Jesus Lord, I'm not trying to turn this into anti-John Conchar. I'm just saying he got a pretty good deal. He made a nice living doing relatively little
He
at
supported
work.
Miss Cordelia's.
He did do that.
He supported the city.
He did.
He wore a sweatshirt. Support a local business.
Why are you arguing
He's
with
good
me
in my
about
book.
this? Why are you arguing with me?
I have a question.
more
I have a
money.
question.
Why are you asking?
You're an expert in the field of college basketball.
We'll see about that.
Can you tell me where Bez Mabang played?
No.
Come on.
I can't.
Bez Mabang?
Mm-mm.
Bez Mabang played at Creighton. Come on.
No, he did not. Have some respect. He played for Yale.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
He had 26 points.
Okay, well.
For the These are the players. You better start to know about Bez. Maybe the M is silent. Bang.
Bizbang?
That's a great name. Bezbang.
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 All right, let's go.
Bezbang.
Hey, Kennedy Chandler, here's what I was trying to say, okay? Before you guys started arguing over nothing.
Oh, another former Grizzlies on that team.
Who?
Oscar Schwebe.
Was he with the Grizzlies?
Yeah. Wasn't he? Did I make that up?
I think you made that up.
No, I swear we got him for a hot
I don't
second.
think he's ever been a Grizzly.
Let's
Are you
see.
sure about
Was he
that?
not?
No,
you're correct. He's never been a Grizzly.
I go to Google.
why?
Has Oscar Shibwe ever been a Grizzly? And I have to I have to X out of did Taylor Frankie Paul leave the Mormon church? have to X out of that.
Why was he in my brain as a potential 10-day contract in that season?
Because almost anybody
ago.
who's ever played basketball has had a 10-day contract with the Grizzlies at one point.
I know why. Because Eric called him Oscar Schwebe for like for a whole half on radio.
I had to correct him.
That's why.
And it's a story that stuck with me so much. I thought he was on the Grizzlies.
Eric called him what?
Oscar Schwebe for like a whole half.
At some point, I texted Bennett. I go,
I was like, you have to say something.
I need to say something.
Damn.
I mean, if like Schwebe is just such a funny way to pronounce something. Schwebe.
I take this up with every SID in
so
college.
Funny.
And it should be a true thing in the NBA. It should be everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who I was with. You can go to a certain college basketball team's official roster, and it'll say, you could go to a Kentucky roster, and it'll say Oscar Tshiebwe.
Yeah.
And then there's like a little ear next to his name.
Yeah.
And you click on that ear, and what it is literally Oscar Tshiebwe saying, Oscar Tshiebwe.
Yeah.
And some programs have it, some don't. But as somebody who has to say basketball names for a living,
it would be so helpful.
If every night, there is never a night in studio where somebody says, how do you pronounce this?
Yeah.
And somebody else, and you end up going to YouTube, looking at highlights, and then you're just got to trust that the announcer calling the game had it right.
Right.
Better hope to God it wasn't Eric.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
He's gonna kill me tonight. He's gonna.
Eric's the GOAT. He knows that.
Eric
we're goofing around.
Is the best, but now
here's the thing.
AI Overview does a really good. AI Overview stinks with a lot of stuff,
right?
But with pronunciation, it's so much better, and oftentimes it will link to a player who has been asked. Pronounce your name, and you can listen to them say their name. I just did it with Oscar Tshiebwe, and there's a video of him at Kentucky where he says his name into a microphone.
I'm saying what you should be able to do is before Bennett goes on radio tonight, he should be able to go to jazz.com or whatever it is and go, okay, how do you pronounce that name? Click.
I totally agree.
And you know how much it costs? Because I asked one of the SIDs. $100 a year. The program costs $100.
Oh, really?
Yeah. $100 a year, you can have this program on your website. It's all it costs, $100.
Dang.
I have no idea why everybody doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It would make anybody who speaks publicly about players
make their life easier.
a million times easier. It happens every hour in studio. You do not get a shot sheet that doesn't have a name that somebody on the desk does not know how to pronounce. Every night it happens.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll leave it there.
I hope Oscar Tshiebwe goes off for 40
I think we covered
points
everywhere.
tonight.
I think we covered everything from domestic violence to name pronunciations.
Yeah.
To the secrets of the universe.
War, space, and Oscar Tshiebwe.
Okay, I'm going to try to be interested in space a little bit more.
Good.
I feel a little bit like a dummy.
Well, I can't ask you to be too interested in multiple things. You're the first person who's given me any interest in Grizzlies Jazz tonight. So thank you for being a validating voice in my excitement for tonight's game.
That's what I intended to be.
Yes.
That's what I intended to be. I'm actually looking forward to tonight, just sitting at home and turning on a game and going, come on, Kennedy Chandler.
I hope it's a good game, though. I want an exciting game. I want a down to the wire game.
I want it down.
I don't want a blowout. I want a down to the wire.
Where every possession
counts and is scrutinized.
Is filled with confliction.
Yes,
every possession down the stretch is filled with confliction.
Yes.
How badly do you want an extra 2 points in your box score?
And
Walter Clayton Jr.
Players want to win a game. They're trained to win a game.
That is ultimately the problem. Walter Clayton Jr. is not going to miss an open shot on purpose.
He's not conditioned to lose.
We need him to. Oh, man. Hey, I feel like we're going to be okay. Grizz plus 3.5.
Okay, thanks.
Grizz plus 3.5.
Okay.
Take the points. Lose by 2. Everybody wins. Go walk your dogs.
I'm going to.
How many you got today?
2.
Big dogs or little dogs?
Little dogs. They're my usuals.
Do you like little dogs better than you like big dogs?
Little dogs are just easier.
Do you have a favorite kind of dog?
Ooh, good question.
Thank you.
No.
Okay.
I love a golden retriever, but I could never have a golden retriever.
Why not?
Because they shed so much.
Wow. No, hey, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Not even golden retrievers.
No.
All right.
They got a shedding problem.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk to you at 8:40 on Monday.
I can't wait.
Hopefully,
in studio.
Hopefully, we'll be celebrating. Is it 8 straight losses?
Yeah.
It'd be 8. Hopefully, 8 straight losses to close the season.
Yeah.
Would that be right?
Right? Because 2.
Two
they're
more.
at 6.
2 more.
Yeah.
6 plus 2 is.
That's 8.
All right.
I think.
I think we've got this mapped out pretty good.
Yeah, it's 8.
I think we've got this mapped out pretty good. Now we just got to make sure that thing lands okay. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
We can't take anything else back.
I mean, it would kind of suck to be up in space and you read a report that says.
I read that this morning. I was just like, oh,
you
God.
you think they told him? You think I'd be up there like, yo, man, like, what if CBS booked me at the Conrad in downtown Indianapolis, and then once I got there, they were like, you know, we told CBS that the Conrad could blow up this weekend. And I'd be like, well, CBS never told
okay,
me.
what are the odds?
CBS never told me the Conrad might blow up this weekend.
Is this like
I thought we were fine.
Wizards' chances at the first pick odds, or are we talking like Milwaukee Bucks' chances at the first pick odds?
Well, it is. I heard you make this point earlier with CJ. Like, the difference between where the Grizzlies could be and not be is like it could be 7% or 9%, and that's like
they matter.
Well, like, what if I told you, hey, there's a percentage chance you will die today. It's either 7 or 9. You take.
I think I would take.
You take 7 every time. But given the day, you might want 9.
Right, you never know.
You might be like, bring on that 9.
Yeah, or split it. Like if they tie, add those 2 suckers together. 9 plus 7, 16. Divide by 2. I'll take the 8.
Yeah. Anyway, like, the better percentage is the better percentage.
Yes, there's a reason why these matter. I understand the frustration of just like the natural inclination to not want to root for a loss. I totally get it. It goes against everything that we are conditioned to believe in the sport. But those percentage points matter.
I'm ready to take a fine tonight.
That's math.
I'll take a fine if I need to.
Oh, a fine.
I mean, not me personally.
Are you volunteering?
You know what? I'll volunteer to take a fine.
pass the pot around.
I'll take a fine if I need to take a fine. I'll take a fine tonight if I need to.
Okay.
I don't want to, but I will if I need to.
Okay.
If that's what it takes. I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Okay.
I'm serious about this.
Serious business.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm going to watch something land in the ocean.
Me too. I can't wait.
And then I'm going to watch Kennedy Chandler give us 70 points tonight. Take a little picture with a little number on it, 70.
Wow.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'll see you later. 8:40 on Monday.
Okay.
All right. Hey, be there.
I will.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
All right. I'll see you
try.
later. Hey, when we come back, Bennett, as expected, the Tigers got a commitment from Fred Smith Jr., top 100 prospect. We'll break it down next.
Get ready, Grizzlies fans. It is time for the Surfside Can Shuffle. Can you keep up with the cans and find Mac the Crab?
Of history, going back to where it all started. B2K is back. The Millennium Tour presents the Boys for Life Tour. Bow Wow.
I ain't impressed because ain't none of them at all.
Boys for Life. Also starring Pretty Ricky, B5, Young Jock, Crime Mob, A. Marie, and Franchise Boys. April 26th, FedEx Forum. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Presented by the Black Promoters Collective.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
Talk me through what you've been going through since draft night.
Just a lot of figuring out of things coming off the bench over there at Utah, just trying to find a role over there, and then here in the whole year. Things are going to be different after the deadline. Rookies don't get traded, so we'll see how it is after that. Rookies do get traded, in case anybody was wondering.
You weren't even worried going into the trade deadline, were you?
I mean, not at all. I'm going to be honest with you.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger, shoppers, and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled. Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either, and that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South to take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's OrthoSouth at orthosouth.org. Now, I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
It's now official. Fred Smith Jr. has publicly committed to the University of Memphis. He's going to play for Penny Hardaway's Tigers, and he becomes the first top 100 Memphis-born and Memphis-educated player to commit to the Tigers since Penny Hardaway took over at his alma mater. Significant day in the program. Good day for the program.
For sure. I was like super surprised by that. And then when you go back and look through like the names of guys that have come here that were Memphis kids, like that, even like some of the bigger ones that happened, I would get the biggest one of the Penny Hardaway era was probably Tyler Harris, and he was like 108 or something like that. It was something like that. Yeah. But
because just in case people are confused, DJ Jeffries went to school at Olive Branch.
Right.
James Wiseman went to school at East, but was not born here.
Right.
So
he moved here from Nashville.
So like we're drawing some lines to frame it a very specific way, but this is true. First or highest rated, first top 100, Memphis-born, Memphis-educated basketball player to commit to the Tigers under Penny Hardaway. That appears to be true.
Yeah, and it's really exciting. Like I think that it's one of those things that kind of. Obviously, like the outside of the top 10 guys that commit anymore, like just high school recruiting is not as big as it used to be. Like when was the last time we talked about the McDonald's All-American game?
Are you ready for this? I noticed the other day we were like, and what to watch, and I'd never and like. I looked at the television. I was like, oh, the McDonald's game's on. Mm-hmm. And I noticed we did a show. I didn't mention it at all. Didn't tell you to watch it. Didn't tell you who was in it. You ready for this? Have no idea who won. Yeah. Have no idea who the MVP was.
That game used to be like on our radar. Yeah. Like that was like a topic we were going to talk about that week every year. Yeah. And it's just not anymore. But if this, again, like this happens 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it's like a massive story. And it is a big story. I think I didn't appreciate how big it really was until like the fanfare of yesterday. And it is kind of exciting. I mean, I think it just gives you something to latch onto and be excited about heading into next season. I don't know how big of a contributor he's going to be in his freshman year, but it's still an exciting local story.
Well, I think one thing we're learning, and it just, everything is, pendulum swings this way, then back this way. It's true in politics. It's also true in roster construction in college athletics. We went from a time where the way to build a quality college basketball team was by recruiting the best high school players you could find and enrolling them and then developing them, right? That's how you did it. Then we sort of went through like, oh, but you don't have to. If you're Florida and you win a national championship and you lose Walter Clayton Jr. and Elijah Martin and Denzel Aberdeen, you lose your guards, you don't have to just replace them with high school guards. You can get in the transfer portal, go get a Boogie Flan from Arkansas and a Xavier Lee from Princeton. Maybe that's the way to do it. And now I think it's swinging back because we went through a phase where I had actual SEC coaches tell me, I don't even want high school players anymore. Like I might take 1 or 2, but not. I used to take 4 or 5. Now I won't take more than 1 and 2. I don't really prioritize them anymore. Except if you look up at this college basketball season, and I know it was a great freshman class, like perhaps the greatest of all time, but Michigan wins the national championship. Trey McKinney, a freshman who was in high school last year, knocks down a big 3 in the final 2 minutes. All right? They were playing UConn. The only reason UConn got to the Final Four is because Braylon Mullins, a college freshman who was in high school a year ago, hit that buzzer beater against Duke in the Elite Eight. Illinois got to the Final Four. Their best player was a freshman who was ranked in his high school class. You ready for this? Lower than Fred Smith was ranked in his. Keaton Wagner was ranked 150th in the class of 2025. Fred Smith Jr. is ranked 88th in the class of 2026. I am not telling you that means anything other than it's just true. And then Arizona was also at the Final Four. 2 leading scorers. College freshmen who were high school seniors a year ago, Braden Burries and Koa Pete. So high school players still matter. Mm-hmm. We went through a little phase where coaches were like, I don't need them. But look up, and the best teams in the country tend to have them. Duke at one point, when this NCAA tournament, we'll just keep it all factual. Duke was the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. Best player was a freshman. UConn only got to the Final Four because a freshman hit a big shot. Michigan won a national championship in part because a freshman hit the dagger 3. Illinois got to the Final Four, best player, freshman. Arizona got to the Final Four, 2 leading scorers, freshman. All of that is true. Freshmen still matter. High school prospects still matter. And in this city, local players matter. Mm-hmm. To the extent anybody around my age fell in love with Tiger basketball once upon a time, yeah, it was because Memphis State, and I don't guess it really mattered where some of these players were from. You were just going to love them and love the teams no matter what. But it's kind of cool when Chris Garner's your point guard. Mm. You know, it's kind of cool when Elliot Perry is running things. It's neat when Lorenzen Wright is dunking. When
Antonio Burks.
Burks being a CSA Player of the Year is an awesome thing because he went to BTW. Part of the connection between Memphians and Tiger basketball, part of it has always been the men you see in those uniforms for decades often grew up here, went to school here. Their mothers are here, their fathers are here, their grandparents are here. This is all they've ever known. I'll take any one-and-done freshman at the University of Memphis, but I kind of like it when it's Sean Williams. I went and watched him at Hamilton, and then I went and watched him at FedEx Forum. So Fred Smith Jr. can perhaps be the next great addition of that. And, you know, he noted that yesterday. Like, he more or less said, like, this is where, like, I am from Memphis. This is where I'm supposed to be. And seems to want to play a role in reconnecting the city with the team, because even Penny has acknowledged that needs to happen. Yep. Even Penny has acknowledged that has slipped. We've lost something. And who knows if you can ever get it back to where it was. Going to be difficult in this league, obviously, for all the reasons we talked about before. But it felt like yesterday was a meaningful and good day for the city, for that program, for Penny, and hopefully it leads to more good things so that as the season actually approaches in November, we can go, they did it. They told us the goal was to build a team in one offseason that could win the American and go to the NCAA tournament, and it looks like they've done it. That's where we need to be heading into the season, and yesterday was a step in the proper direction.
Number 2.
Rich get richer. Just 3 days after winning the national championship, Michigan yesterday secured a commitment from J.P. Estrella. You might recognize if you're a Tennessee fan, 6'11" forward, spent 3 years with the Vols. One of them's a redshirt year, so he's only played officially 2 full seasons. He has 2 years of eligibility, but this is clearly in response to Michigan winning the national championship, 37-3 record, and then you're going to lose Yaxel Lindenborg. He's out of eligibility. And the other 2 frontcourt players, Morez Johnson Jr. and Adai Mara, are both like legitimate NBA prospects. Yep. Mara, at this point, I think everybody would have in the first round. Most assume he's going to go. Morez Johnson's a different one. Like, you look at mock drafts, he could go 24 or 34, 22 or 38. It just in that range. And the truth is, right now, if you are a borderline first-round pick, certainly not guaranteed, there's probably more money for you immediately in college than there is in the NBA. In other words, Morez Johnson Jr. can do whatever he wants, Adai Mara as well, but certainly for Morez Johnson Jr., you can reasonably look at him and say, if you're Michigan, we could guarantee you $3.5 million right now for next year, or $4 or whatever the number needs to be. Michigan can reasonably guarantee him more money than he would make next season, even if he were picked in the 20s of the draft, because the rookie scale is slotted in. And so then it just comes down, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to be a college basketball player or an NBA player? And once upon a time, you wouldn't ask that question in that way, because the answer would be, as long as everybody's following the rules, well, as an NBA player, I'm going to make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. And as a college player, I won't. So what are you talking about? I'm going to go make millions of dollars.
Yep.
Well, now it's a little different. You can actually make more money in college than in the NBA. Perhaps if you're somebody like Morez Johnson Jr. Flory Badunga is another one of these borderline first-round pick type of guy. Just got into the transfer portal, leaving Kansas. The reports are that he's asking for $4 million and will probably get it. The 30th pick in the NBA draft is not going to make $4 million next year.
Yep.
But Flory Badunga will in college. So if you're Morez Johnson, here's really what you might be picking between. Because if I were sitting down with him, this is the way I would be explaining it to him. Let's just, for the sake of the conversation, say that Michigan has already told him, you can come back, be a preseason All-American, be the face of the national champions who are trying to go back-to-back, and we'll give you $3.5 million. All right? Now, you can enter the NBA draft if you want to, and you'll get picked. And it may be in the first round. It may not be. But we're not trying to mislead you. You will get picked somewhere. But here's the truth. I don't know whether it's 22 or 32. Some of it will come down to how you work out, how you interview, combine, how you measure, all that stuff. But I don't know that, like, I can tell you right now where Darren Peterson's going to go. It's either going to be 1 or 2. Period. But with you, we don't know. It could be 22, it could be 32. And these are rough numbers, but like, if it's 22, even if it's 22, you know how much that is guaranteed for next season? About $3 million at 22. And that's the high end. So even if you get picked at the extreme high end of where you're slotted or where people project, it's still roughly $3 million next year. I can give you 3.5 right now. And I can give you 3.5 right now. And you are the face of the preseason number 1 team in the country, playing in sold-out arenas every night, on national television every game, charter planes, nice hotels. Or you can enter the draft. I just told you if you're picked 22nd, you're still making less money. What happens if you're picked 30th? Because now you're down to about $2.4 million. I'm offering you 3.5 right now. Just take it.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you slip into the 30s? Oh, and go look, by the way. Go look at every college player who was drafted outside of the top 30 last year. See how their seasons unfolded. Most of them barely played, if they played at all, and a lot of them split time between the G League and the NBA. I can put you on charter planes to Purdue, to Rutgers, to UCLA, and you're the star of my team. Or you can sit on an NBA bench and be bored and frustrated. Or you can star in the G League in front of 70 people on a stream. What do you want to do? Like, when you start putting this together, like, what's the smart thing to do? What would you do?
I think college is just is very appealing now.
I'd go back to college.
Yeah.
I would say odds are I will never be the best player on a relevant basketball team again. Think about that. Morez Johnson, great as he might be, will probably never be the best player on a relevant basketball team again. Because the only relevant professional basketball teams in our country are NBA teams. And he'll never be the best player on an NBA team. That's a reasonable assumption.
Mm-hmm.
But he could be the best player on the best college basketball team in the country, or at least one of them. So You know how much fun it is to be the best player on an awesome team? Why not do that? For more for more money? Like, I just think it becomes I don't want to say it's an easy decision.
And a more luxurious lifestyle.
Yes. Yep. Yes. When I used to, before we got these Delta Memphis to LaGuardia flights direct that fit with my schedule, there was a few years where every Monday I'd fly Memphis to Atlanta, Atlanta to LaGuardia. Then Thursday, LaGuardia back to Atlanta, Atlanta back to Memphis. And I would be doing these, I would often end up on planes in the winter, a connection in Atlanta, back home to Memphis, and the Austin Toros would be on my flight because they were flying to Memphis to play the Hustle. And I can remember vividly one time when Quinn Snyder was coaching the Austin Toros, and I was just like, "That's Quinn Snyder." He was a prominent person and real coach, and he's in 32B, catching a connecting flight in Atlanta to come play the Hustle in South Haven or whatever. It's not a luxurious life. I would be like, oh, there's a guy who won a first team All-American 2 years ago, and now he's in 41C, all scrunched up in the back of a plane, flying somewhere to go play in an empty building for, $38,000 or whatever. It's not a luxurious life. Whereas at Michigan, you will be living a luxurious life. Every hotel you stay in will be nice, maybe not to LeBron standards, but nice. Your own private planes. And more than that, you're just an awesome player for an awesome team. I don't tell young people what to do, but if this were my son, I'd let him make his own decision, but I'd certainly try to guide it to a place to where you know exactly what you're doing and what you're walking away from, what you're walking into. And when you take all things into account for a player like this, and I would argue anybody who isn't locked into the first round, there's no way you get out of it. I think you got to look at going back to school. And even if you are really at this point outside of the lottery, I understand getting your clock started so you can get to free agency quicker and all that stuff. But for guys who are picked outside of the lottery, there is no guarantee you ever get to that second contract anyway. It might be smarter just to take the $4 million some college program will give you and stay in school a year longer than you thought you might. Particularly if you're somebody like Morez Johnson, who probably never thought you were leaving school after just 2 years anyway. So big decision to make, but just in case they need reinforcements in the front court, and they probably will because most people don't think Mara and Johnson both come back. You're going to lose at least one of them. Well, then it looks like J.P. Estrella at Tennessee is going to be the next possible big that they enroll at Michigan and flip into a first-round pick year over year. They've done it now 2 years in a row. They took Danny Wolf out of the Ivy League, first-round pick after 1 year at Michigan. They take Yaxel out of the American. He's going to be a first-round pick after 1 year at Michigan. Adai Mara, same thing out of UCLA. And now they'll try to do it with J.P. Estrella out of Tennessee. Based on recent history, I assume they probably will.
Number 3.
Keaton Wagner. It was announced last night that Illinois is going to hang his name and number in the rafters at State Farm Arena, even though he only played one season with the Illini, took him to the Final Four. So you can probably guess where I'm going with this. I know a one-and-done guard who took a school to the Final Four in his 1 year of college basketball. His name's not in the rafters inside FedEx Forum. It's Derrick Rose. Should Memphis honor Derrick Rose the way Illinois has chosen to honor Keaton Wagner?
Yeah, if they can get him to come back and do the ceremony and everything, I would say yes.
And you should be able to get him to come back and do that, shouldn't you?
I would think so. I mean, I thought that that things, it seemed like some fences were mended when he spent that season here with the Grizzlies.
Right.
So yeah, I would think that you would be able to get him back. I mean, that would be that would obviously be a really good ticket day. You know what I mean?
Different schools have different standards for who they honor, who they don't honor. Mm-hmm. And with some of them, it's as simple as you can't have your name in the rafters if you don't have a degree. I want to say that maybe it took Steph Curry a long time to get honored at Davidson because he needed to get a degree first or something like that. And so there are some people whose names are not in rafters for all sorts of different reasons for stuff like that. I've just always thought when you walk into a building, to the extent you're going to see names, they should be the names that are most closely attached to the program that is being recognized here. And when you walk into Memphis's home arena, if you're going to see names and numbers, you should see Keith Lee, and you should see Elliot Perry, and you should see Win Wilfong, and you should see Penny Hardaway, obviously. I think Rose should be there too.
Yep.
This school's only been to 3 Final Fours. He was largely responsible, or at least played a big role in one of them. He was a number 1 pick in the draft. He is still the youngest MVP in NBA history to date. And he went to college here. He played games in that arena. And I know he left under less than ideal circumstances. I know that it was his invalidated standardized test score that caused some problems, but it's 2026.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't really care.
No one cares.
No one cares. I don't think Derrick Rose is a bad person because it appears somebody might have taken his standardized test. If we lived in a different country with a better public education system, maybe somebody who grew up like Derrick Rose wouldn't need assistance on a standardized test. We probably failed him before he was even born in terms of preparing him for that type of stuff. Either way, I don't have any ill feelings towards Derrick Rose and his time at the University of Memphis, and I think almost nobody looks back on it with any sort of that. I know in real time there was a little bit of that. Not everybody might remember this, but there were Memphis boosters who sued Derrick Rose, right? That was ugly. You don't want to get sued by boosters of your alma mater.
Was it boosters or was it students?
I think it was somebody. Somebody connected to Memphis. It was silly and dumb, but it's something that happened. And that could make you feel some kind of way, I guess. But it's 2026. He played here nearly 20 years ago. Maybe that would be the time to do it. 20-year anniversary.
Be cool.
20-year anniversary in 2 years of the 2008 Tigers. You bring John back. You bring the 2008 Tigers back. And then you put Derrick Rose's number in the Raptors, if he would agree to it. If he would, I would do it. And Dr. Scott seems like the type of person who thinks along those lines. How could we create a moment or a thing that reconnects our present with our celebrated past? And that's a pretty easy and obvious way to do it. If Illinois can honor Keaton Wagner, I wouldn't mind seeing Memphis honor Derrick Rose.
Number 4.
Bennett, the floor is yours. There's a chimpanzee war in Uganda.
Yeah, this was disturbing.
This is all I know. All I know is there's a chimpanzee war in Uganda. You're going to have to take it from here.
Okay, so this has been going on for almost a decade, and there's these 2 sets of chimpanzees that lived together, harmoniously in this one area of Uganda in this national park called Kibale National Park.
Okay.
Grooming, interacting, and patrolling their territory in a cohesive community. And then suddenly, one set the western chimps and the central chimps. Okay, the western chimps are the minority, but they're the ones that are responsible for all the attacks since 2018. And people think their population has risen quite a bit, from 76 to 108. All right.
So they've been doing it.
Yeah, they've been doing it.
Gotcha.
Now, basically what these people that work at this national park think is this new alpha male emerged in the Western chimp group within the past couple years, and that really threw everything for a loop.
Generational talent?
I guess so, and they started fighting each other, okay? But the thing that is because I was just reading about this, and it's kind of fascinating, actually, but, bro, it's brutal. It's
do we know who's wrong and who's right?
Well, I think clearly.
Have we picked sides?
Well, the Western chimps are responsible for all of the violence, it appears.
So the Western chimps are...
They started attacking the Central chimps, and now their population has declined because of all these attacks. Bro,
are the Central chimps in trouble?
Yes, they're in a steep decline. The attacks are vicious. The Western chimps have ripped infants from their central mother's chest and battered them to death.
Jesus, God.
Yeah. There will be like 5, this is a direct quote, there will be like 5 or 10 chimps piled on him, holding him down, biting him, slamming their fists on him, kicking him, dragging him, and then they'll rip off their testicles.
This sounds very close to Taylor Frankie Paul.
I don't think she was doing this. And it's sad, dude. Like these people that work at this.
Should we send Taylor Frankie Paul to team up with the Central Chimpanzees?
No.
You're dismissing my idea out of hand. I don't think you're giving it enough thought. You're telling me the Central Chimpanzees are in trouble. I'm telling you, I've seen Taylor Frankie Paul fight on camera.
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem? She needs something to do. They canceled The Bachelorette. The Central Chimpanzees need help. What's the problem?
I mean, I don't think she's ripped anyone's testicles off, at least not to our knowledge.
If you heard that she did, though, would it surprise you? Given everything you know and everything you've heard and everything you've seen, I know we don't know that Taylor Frankie Paul has ripped someone's testicles off. I know we don't know that. But if you heard that, would it surprise you?
Maybe not.
No.
But basically, you know, this whole thing, it is called, these researchers have like said, what are the implications for humans like what we've witnessed here over this past decade?
We fight each other all the time for no reason. All the time. Like, we're no better than chimpanzees when it comes to this kind of stuff.
And so they say, the researchers think that the violence stemmed from a breakdown of friendships and escalations between cliques and rivals. Sandals,
same thing as Taylor Frankie.
Said
it's the same thing, Bennett.
This might indicate...
Were they couple swap? Were they soft swinging? Were the Western chimps soft swinging with the Central chimps? Do we know that?
I couldn't begin to know.
Because that's what happened with Taylor Frankie, and then it all went to hell.
But it is interesting that it's a breakdown of friendships and escalations between cliques and rivals that they basically say that those factors play a more important role in human civil war than some would expect. The author suggests small acts of reconciliation and reunion could be the key to peace between these two groups.
How do you do it, though?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you got to get rid of this alpha male that emerged a couple years ago. He came in and effed everything up.
It's kind of hard to be buddies with somebody who's ripping your babies out of your mom's stomachs. You know?
Yeah, I don't know how you like reconcile.
How do you reconcile
after that? That sounds.
How do you reconcile that?
It is like there's this.
It's hard to It's hard to. I think it's hard to get people on your side after you've just been like, give me that baby out of your chest. You know? It's kind of like, I guess might be hard to get people on your side after you blow up a school.
Right.
You know?
Right. Correct.
You know, so
yeah.
There's challenges in that. It's like, hey, we want you to believe in us. Sorry about that school. Hey, we need to stop this chimpanzee war. If you can forget about us ripping those little baby chimpanzees out of your mama's chest. It's a tough thing to get over. It's a hard thing to get over.
That's a hard thing to get over. And I just feel bad for the people that work at this national park. They said they're depressed, like, because they're witnessing this now. Like, it's like,
why can't we get a live stream?
I don't think that's appropriate or necessary.
I watch streams of wars all day long.
I'm not trying to watch that.
You would not watch the Great Chimpanzee War in Uganda. You would not watch that.
I don't think so.
I would 100% watch that.
I don't think I would watch that.
A chimpanzee war.
No.
I watch car chases every night.
No, and I just started watching Primate, which is like, have you heard of that movie? It just dropped on streaming.
What's going on with that?
It's about this like killer chimpanzee that I guess was like a family pet or something like that.
You? Why are you so like you got a lot of chimpanzee stuff going on with you right now?
That's why this article kind of jumped out because I started watching that movie because it just dropped on streaming and like it's a horror movie, so it's pretty. At least the start of it's kind of brutal, and so I'd see this, I'm like, whoa, it's just scary.
You telling me you wouldn't stream it?
Probably not. Who
do you think wins in the end? Western chimps?
Well, I mean, their population's rising and the Central chimps is declining rapidly.
That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign for the Central chimps.
They got to get that alpha male out of there. They need a new alpha male.
I'd put Western chimps at like minus 240 unless the Central chimps make a deal for Taylor Frankie.
28 killed, including 19 infants. Yeah.
Jeez.
I know.
Them Western chimpanzees.
Why did I even?
I don't know.
It was all over my feed this morning.
You got a chimpanzee thing going on.
It was just all over my feed this morning. This was NBC News that I pulled it from.
Most people's feeds are like Sydney Sweeney and stuff. What are you doing?
which should be mine because I was watching a lot of Euphoria last night. But
you were watching Euphoria last night? You get ready?
I was catching up. Yeah, I was catching. By the way,
do you do that?
Yes, I like to do a recap.
I don't like
at least the last episode before the new season of something. I love a catch up.
I always feel like I'm wasting time. Like I've already done this. Why do I want to do this again?
And I'm so excited to watch this new season because like I'm watching season 2 and I'm still just like, this is great. Like this is really good. How is it going to? Because dude, I think we both agree this new season's not going to be good.
That's what they say.
50% on Rotten Tomatoes for a TV show.
That's
like, bro, that is rough to get for a TV show. Skew good on the tomato meter at least. Even the bad ones get like 80s. You know what I'm saying? And so for it to get a 50, that's pretty telling. So I'm fascinated to see like where it goes wrong.
Man, I don't know, Bennett.
Yeah,
but I'm not encouraged. It sounds like a bunch of people were under contract to do a third season of a show
that they didn't want to do.
Didn't have time to do, and the byproduct of that will be a disappointing ending to an otherwise. It'll just be remembered as a show that launched the careers of
those people,
of 3 movie stars.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because Zendaya even said like she was like, I don't know if it's the last season, but I think it is. Right. Saying I will not be back.
There you go.
That's so yeah.
All right. Well,
I just hope this all gets resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, I knew we had some wars going on in this world, but I didn't realize I didn't know this was part of the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'll take the
testicles getting ripped off.
I think I'll take the Western chimps unless the Central chimps make a move to obtain Taylor Frankie for, future considerations. Yeah. I would trade for Taylor Frankie for future considerations if I were in a war.
That alpha male. Get him out of there.
She could do it.
Okay.
She could do it. One way or another, I think she'd be helpful one way or another.
Yeah.
I would look into it. If I were in communication with the Central Chimpanzees, I would at least put it on their. I'd make them think about it.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Number 5.
Second round of the Masters is underway down in Augusta.
How are you going to fit Taylor Frankie into this discussion?
Wouldn't be hard. She'd fit right in. Then she wouldn't.
In Augusta?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. You could just put her in one of those little caddy uniforms. She'd look just like every other golfer's girlfriend, wife, wouldn't she?
Do they allow female caddies at Augusta?
Just on par 3s.
Okay, I was gonna say I know they're pretty traditional there.
Yeah, and not in the best ways.
Yeah.
The par 3 competition they have on Wednesdays. Everybody brings their girlfriends or wives, or just like some girl they met last night at Hooters, and they put them in a little caddy uniform, and they always look exactly the same.
Well, not Hooters. I think Hooters is closed. But somewhere. Point taken.
Yeah, there's always whether it's called Hooters or not. There's always
something like that.
There's always something like that around.
Got it.
And they all look just like Taylor Frankie, Paul. So I think she could reasonably fit in Augusta, no problem.
Okay.
All right. Sam Burns is your leader.
Okay, Sam.
Do you know anything that rhymes with Burns? You want to get it over to Vernon real quick?
I got nothing.
Turns.
Yeah, I think you can find a lot.
Yearns.
Yeah, you can find a lot.
Learns. Burns is pretty easy.
Burns is easy.
Hopefully he stays up there. Tees off here. Should be teeing off right now. Sam Burns, 11:32 tee time. 5 under, tied with Roy McIlroy. Roy doesn't tee off till 12:44 today.
I mean, that's fun. That is fun.
Roy being in contention.
Hell yeah, dude.
Know anything that rhymes with McIlroy?
No.
Tackle boy.
I don't.
McIlroy, tackle boy.
I'm sure he'll figure it out.
I could do these Masters updates.
Could you?
Yeah, listen how good I am at it. McIlroy and tackle boy.
That's not a word.
Tackle boy's a word?
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
I don't use it in a sentence.
Okay. Go get that tackle, boy.
That's.
I just did it.
I don't think so.
I think Eminem would allow it.
Okay.
You don't think Eminem would allow me to rhyme tackle boy with McIlroy?
I don't think so.
I think he would. Somebody get this in the hands of Eminem.
Okay.
Tackle boy rhymes with McIlroy. That's what's going on at Augusta.
Gotcha.
I'll let them handle it from here.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll be back with Carry Out.
Did you see that hockey goal from the Russian Hockey League? We're going to come right in front of the table and we're going to recreate.
We're going to recreate the moment. Hold around. Go, let's go!
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Just a ham. You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
With living in luxury at Southland Casino Hotel, the good life is closer than you think. Members get one entry with every 100 points earned playing on their Lucky North Rewards card, plus one free entry daily. Win free play at our hourly drawings, and don't miss our Saturday grand prize drawings in March. You could win a home theater package, premium massage chair, an outdoor jacuzzi, and $250,000 cash. Luxurious prizes await at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
At the heart of Grizz Nation with a 2026-27 season ticket membership, you can experience all the action of the Grizzlies season with the best ticket prices, exclusive benefits, and access reserved for the most loyal fans. Be a part of what's next and be there for every towel-waving moment to come. Visit grizzlies.com/season tickets to see the full list of pricing, perks, and benefits, and become an MVP today. Let's do carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid sidelined once again, this time with appendicitis.
Damn.
It's always something with this fella.
Yeah, that sucks.
Appendicitis. You still walking around with your appendix?
I sure am. Proudly.
I don't have my appendix.
Did you get yours taken?
Mm-hmm. I think I was like 12 years old.
I mean, you don't need it, right?
I don't need it. I don't feel like I need it.
No, I got mine.
I'm doing pretty good.
It's still there.
So if I remember correctly, and if I don't, I apologize. But this is my memory. I think we just come back from vacation or something. We'd gone somewhere.
Yeah.
And then it was like, Dad's got to go back to work and Mom's got to go back to work.
Yeah.
And it was summertime. And I remember I would just call my mom and I'd be like, hey, I'm hurting. Like, I'm hurting. My stomach's hurting. Mm-hmm. And she'd be like, take some Pepto-Bismol or something. I'm trying to work. I've been out of town. Like, I got to get caught up on work. I'm trying to work. And then I'd call back 2 minutes later and be like, I'm still hurting. And this went on all day. And I was like, I'm like, Pepto-Bismol's not working. Whatever's supposed to be working ain't working. This is getting worse. And I am hurting. And finally, it's like, all right, I'm coming home. And when they get there, it's like you can visibly see that something's not right with me. Like I'm sweating. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, my appendix had ruptured. And I had to have an emergency appendicitis surgery.
Damn.
Just like Joel Embiid. I was Joel Embiid before Joel Embiid was Joel Embiid.
Well, it's not good.
Because the playoffs start soon.
I was going to say, I bet whoever's set to face them in the first round's feeling pretty good right now, although that's still TBD.
Now, I can't sit here and tell you what it's going to be like for a Joel Embiid to try to come back and play in a playoff game after...
Well, those stitches got to heal.
Bennett, you me tell you a story about being an athlete trying to come back from an appendicitis?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has one. But lucky you happen to work with somebody who does.
Okay.
12-year-old state tournament. South Haven All-Stars. A young middle infielder from Horn Lake had migrated over to South Haven to show he could play with just a little better off class of people over there in South Haven. I don't mind saying that. There's a little better off class of people in South Haven than the Horn Lake back in the day.
Gotcha.
I don't mind saying that. And so this little middle infielder from Horn Lake had migrated over to South Haven and had very quickly established himself as a South Haven All-Star at the age of 12. And then his appendix ruptured. Suddenly unavailable to play. It's the state tournament. So I missed the game, and suddenly we are in the state championship game, or at least the elimination game in the state tournament. I don't want to sit here and tell you we were in the actual title game, but we were in an elimination game of the state tournament.
Yeah.
And my coach looked right at me, and he said, "Little Gary," because that's what people called me, "do you think you can pinch hit?" Coming off of appendix surgery just a few days ago. You haven't played baseball since you've had your appendix removed, but now we're up against it. This is do or die.
Yeah.
We need a pinch hitter. Can you pinch hit? Yeah, coach. Whatever you need. And so I walked into that box with the state championship on the line. 2 outs. Game on the line. Appendix removed just a few days earlier. Struck out.
Yeah.
I took strike 3. I think because it hurt to swing. I think I was looking for a walk because it hurt to swing.
Well, there you go.
So I failed miserably coming back from appendix removal. Hopefully Joel Embiid goes a little better for him.
I mean, I think they'll be fine as far as their playoff standings because they play the Pacers and the Bucks, and the Hornets, who are tied with them, play the Pistons and the Knicks. So I think the Sixers are going to be fine hanging on to that 8 seed, but I don't know what it means for the postseason.
I got a scar. I'll show it to you sometime. You want to see it?
I'm good.
Hey, you don't want to see my
I
scars?
got my own scars I can go look at.
Hey, who do you think's got more scars, me or you?
Probably you.
Yeah, I got a bunch.
I only have 2 that I can think of.
I've got some good ones.
Do you?
I got an ACL scar.
Yeah.
I got an appendix scar. I got a stitches scar right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's obstructive sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Also got an obstructive sleep apnea scar up here.
Damn.
Two of them.
Get you a CPAP or
Yeah,
whatever those things are called.
Hey, we got everything under control now, Bennett.
Good.
That's a past GP problem.
Okay.
Now we have everything under control. All right?
Yeah.
Sleeping better these days.
Okay.
But there was a moment. I got my own scars.
Good.
I'll show you someday.
Okay.
What's today's biggest game?
Taking you to the NBA, Bennett.
All right.
Prime Video, 6 o'clock tonight. It's the Cavaliers and the Hawks down at State Farm Arena in downtown Atlanta. The Hawks are 7.5-point favorites. The total's 233.5. How are you going to act?
I'll go Cavs.
You want those points?
Sure.
You want those points at State Farm Arena?
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Okay.
I'll go Cavs.
Bennett says take Cleveland plus the points. Cavs looking for their 52nd win of the season tonight. 6 o'clock, you can stream it. Prime Video.
What are we watching on TV?
It's almost mania.
I know. I got to go back and start watching.
I tried to the other night, and then I think I just fell asleep.
I've just been so unplugged. I've been so locked in. But the season's over now after Sunday, so I will lock in heavily this week leading up to WrestleMania.
Apparently, Pat McAfee's involved now.
Yeah.
Do we need that?
No,
I don't think so either.
We don't. I mean, respect. I got nothing but respect for him, and think he's super entertaining and enjoy his show. But man, he's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I struggle with this sometimes because, like, Jason Kelsey's going through this now, where there's like, you go from, man, Jason Kelsey's amazing, and then it flips to, why is Jason Kelsey doing everything? It goes from, man, we love Jason Kelsey, to now people are like, I'm tired of Jason Kelsey.
Well, people are annoyed with the master stuff because they think that you're
just over. Yeah, it's just everything's for content creation as opposed to just delivering the golf tournament. And if there's one thing in sports that should be sacred, Some people think it should be the Masters, but it's just not because you got like.
I mean, frankly, they should have left the funny Masters content to Vernon, if I'm being honest.
You know, I did a speaking engagement at the Final Four a couple years ago, and you just start talking to the people who are involved, and you know, and so where are you from? And I'm like, I live in Memphis, and the guy goes, Memphis. You follow golf? I was like, yeah, I follow golf. He's like, oh man, so we're going to the Masters next week.
Yep.
And because these are it's the type of people who go to the Final Four for business, and then they go to the Masters for business.
Yeah.
Must be a nice job. And so he's like, every year we rent a house in Augusta, and you know, me and my buddies go.
Yep.
And on the screens in the home, just on a loop,
the Masters update. Yes.
It's just Vernon. So he's like, and this guy Chris Vernon. I was like, oh, this guy Chris Vernon. He's like, you ever heard of him? I was like, yeah, I've heard of him. I've heard of that guy Chris Vernon. Those Masters updates, like they go everywhere.
Oh, and you don't think that the content creators over there didn't see how viral that's going and say, hey, we could do that, something like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you couldn't replicate that. Because even if you
trust me, I know, because people don't like the other stuff.
But even if you tried to do it, you would just be ripping that off.
I know.
If I were in charge of the Masters and I was trying to create content, I would try to hire Vernon to come to Augusta. Like I would try to. Like
probably would have been a better idea.
Yeah, like I would be like this. This guy's doing this thing.
Yeah.
It's connected to our event, and everybody loves it. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's between Vernon and the Masters.
That's right.
I'm going to let them handle that. What were we talking about?
I don't remember.
SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
How did we go from SmackDown to the Masters, you think?
McAfee.
Yep. That's exactly right. So, we've done that with Kelsey, and we're doing it with McAfee now. It's interesting because you can't even get into a position where everybody wants you to do everything unless you're awesome. Unless there's something,
right.
Unless there's something really unique and special about you, nobody asks you to do everything.
Yeah.
You know another place where this is happening, and I say this with no anything other than it's just like you can Google it and find out. Nate Burleson at CBS.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere. Yeah,
he's everywhere, and it was like Nate Burleson's amazing. Nate Burleson's amazing, and then this last little thing, it didn't go that way. The reviews were not that. It sort of went like exactly like Kelsey, exactly like McAfee. He gets asked to do all these things because he's amazing. But at some point, if you're doing everything, the public does swing back against you. Like, man, get off my TV. And we're there now, I think, with McAfee.
Well, I think, too, like, the main event at WrestleMania, like, I don't need... They've gotten into this thing now where it's like, this guy interferes and that guy interferes and this guy interferes. Like, bro, just sell me the match.
Right.
Like, sell me the match with the two big stars that are fighting each other. Like, that's what I want. You know, I don't need all the extra stuff that they've been doing this in these main events these past couple of years, and I'm sick of it.
You know, like, well, it does come down to like this is, and I'm talking way out of school here. There are literally people in the chat who know 5 million times more about this stuff than I do. But on a surface level, think of this as a television show because that's what it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's a television show. You have to have, like when you talk about quality television shows, what is the key? It's always the writing. It's always like the story. Well, what if you just ended up in a situation at WWE where you don't have great writers anymore? You don't have great idea people anymore.
Interesting.
What if you handed over an incredible television show to people who don't know how to write it anymore?
We're about to find out on Sunday.
Well, eventually you end up in a situation where
next Sunday,
where people start going, I'm not that interested in this television show anymore. It's still got the same actors in it, so to speak, but the story they're telling now just isn't any good. I don't like this story. This happens in real television shows. Ozark comes out. Jason Bateman's in it. Everybody loves Ozark. By the time you get to the end of it, people are like, I don't like this anymore. This is stupid now. So if it can happen with any television show, why couldn't it happen with this television show? Am I onto something?
No, because they've been doing it for a long time and reinventing themselves for a long time. They'll be okay.
Well, the same people have not been doing it this whole time for decades and decades and decades. Like the people who are the decision makers at WWE right now weren't the decision makers at WWE 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So what if you got bad decision makers now who don't know how to tell the story the right way? Once upon a time, you had great storytellers. Now you don't have as good of storytellers, and the product suffers because of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good point.
Maybe. Anyway,
either way, I'll be locked in.
Anyway, Pat McAfee is now a big part of WrestleMania, apparently.
Okay.
Because of something to do with Randy Orton. And SmackDown's tonight at 7 o'clock on USA Network. And hopefully they'll make us care before Mania gets here next weekend.
Okay.
All right.
What's going on?
Oh, no. Hang on. We got to read something first.
Yeah, we got to read something, man. We can't just be walking around as non-readers. Top 25 and 1, version 3. It's published, CBSSports.com. Michigan stays number 1 with the addition of J.P. Estrella. Nebraska got a player, moved up. Iowa lost a player, moved down. Texas lost a player, moved down. I guess we'll just keep doing this every day for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
You can find it at CBSSports.com.
What's going on this weekend?
Oh, man. Last weekend of the NBA's regular season.
It sure is.
Man, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to sure miss it. But get the playoffs next week.
You get to play in next week. That'd be fun.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
I'm fired up about the NBA playoffs. I'd like to be involved, but, you know.
I would like to be involved too, hopefully as soon as next season. But it is like the switch will flip and everybody will be dialed in. It'll be fun. Yep.
And then we'll be back here on Monday.
Yep.
I'll be in studio with Jess early. And then I want everybody to meet us back here at 10. Enjoy your weekend. I'll try to enjoy mine. Till Monday.